Yeah. Oh shit, I scream in y'all's ear. My fault. I'm just excited for another week. I'm excited for another week. I don't even know what week are we in. I think I messed up the graphic. I don't think I changed the day of the week. I think we're in week 7. What did I put in the What I put in the thumbnail? I'm gonna change it for tomorrow. I think we're in week 7. Lunch and news with DotSale. Although this is a dinner version. Let's get into it. Yeah. I was playing around with the graphics a little bit. It was a crazy day today. I swear I'd be trying to do like a million things at once. But I enjoy it though. I love the grind. I really, really love the grind. We're almost 2 months in. It's crazy. Time is flying by. It was summer when we started. Now it's fall. Colors is changing. What's y'all's favorite time of the year? I hear a lot of people say fall. A lot of people like the fall. I hear less and less winter. I hear less and less people say winter. I think winter might be the least favorite of most people's time of the year. I think most people go with spring and fall. I like the summer. I was born in the spring, but I'm more of a summer baby. But like I always got spring gifts though when I was a kid. Or no, I would go more towards summer gifts actually. I always got like a bike or rollerblades, a big rollerblader. I love to skate. I was like skating Streets of Rage. Out in the streets, skating all times of the night. I didn't come in till the street lights came on, but that's why I like summer, because you can just be out like all day. Like I love to be outside. In the winter, you got to come in early. You can't be out in the winter past like when the sun goes down. You need to get inside when it's winter. So it's a little bit different, and it doesn't stay light as long. Like we're losing minutes a day. We're about to hit daylight savings time, so it's gonna start being dark at like 5 o'clock. So I'm not looking forward to the winter just for a lot of those reasons. It has less to do with the cold now. There's a lot less to do with the cold. How was y'all weekend though? How was everybody's weekend? You know, you can let us know in the comments. Let's see. So we've been changing everything, going a lot more Halloween themed. We've been going a lot more Halloween themed. Actually, let me look at something real quick. I changed that. Let me actually do something else. Let me do something else. Let me see if I got this real quick for y'all. Matter of fact, I'm going to work on this. I'm going to let y'all see what we got to eat real quick. I'm going to let y'all see what we got to eat. And then I want to change a couple other graphics too. But let's get y'all fed though. It's dinner time. I think everybody's probably a little hungry. Did we ever figure out if supper or dinner was a better term? I think we're sticking with dinner. I think we're gonna go with dinner. All right. Let's go ahead and go over to. Let's go over to. Matter of fact, see, I'm gonna do it right here. Let's go here real quick. I'm gonna take this off. I want to take that one off, and then I want to put, let's go here. Let's see, do I got it? I got one right here. Let's go here. Let's drag this one in. Let's go dinner. Let's go dinner instead. Let's throw that right there. There we go. We're going to go dinner right here. Makes a little more sense. Let's throw that. We can leave that there. Let's bring that right there. All right, let's do it. Let's see. What do we got today? Well, this lady is going to make stuffed peppers, all right? And this is all Halloween themed. So let's check it out and see what we got. This should be pretty fun. I think she kind of cuts it out into like a jack-o'-lantern and all that. So I think it should be fun.
spicier than what I'm used to, and it's necessary. It's so good.
Green and orange peppers that I've cut little jack-o'-lantern faces on, and then I'm going to take the insides out and then stuff it with that jambalaya and then roast them in the oven. That's so cute. All right, I have diced some onions, some green bell pepper. Now I'm going to dice some celery. So I'm starting off with the jambalaya, the stuffing. Jambalaya is the perfect filling for the peppers. I mean, we're in rice country. You gotta add some rice. Dice celery to my peppers and onions. I'm adding canola oil to sweat my veggies first. Bell pepper, onion, and celery. Add a little butter, a little extra fat, and a few pinches of salt. All right, so I've sweated my veggies down just a bit. Now I'm going to add my andouille sausage. And I want to brown this sausage so I can get some of that flavor to come out. Okay. All right, to this, I'm going to season some more by using a little Cajun seasoning. Paprika, oregano, salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, almost very similar to my house seasoning with a little bit more kick. Now I'm going to add my rice that I've already rinsed. That's 1.5 cups of white rice. I'm toasting my rice, which is going to allow it to soak up all of the flavors that's going to be in this pot. Start adding my liquid with 1.5 cups of water and 1.5 cups of chicken stock. And I have 2 bay leaves.
You can make this all plant-based, vegan if you'd like. You can go with plant-based protein, plant-based meat if you'd like. And then you can also go with vegetable broth instead of chicken stock broth. So you can always make this however you'd like to. We're going to have alternate versions for y'all. And we're going to have 2 separate pots for y'all. However you like it, you can have it. Over here at Dinner with DotSale, whether we're having dinner, lunch, or breakfast, we always got options for y'all.
I am going to cover this and let it simmer for about 20 to 25 minutes or until all of
No, we don't want to wait that long.
Now I have to get my bell pepper and cut out my little jack-o'-lanterns.
Okay, this should be fun.
So I've done a few, but I'm going to show you how I did it. So you take a paring knife. You're going to cut little triangles for the eyes, right? You guys have carved pumpkins before, so we're doing like the same thing here. Same idea. Make a little dot in the center for the nose. Then you want to slice across for the mouth, okay? So 2 eyes, the nose, and the mouth, you see?
Okay, that's fun. That's fun.
All right, so what I'm gonna do next is carve out the top. Slice off the top, take a spoon and take out the ribs, the things inside, all of these seeds. This is where I'm gonna put that rice. Make sure you save the lid because you can kind of put the lid on top once we put that rice in. So my jambalaya has been cooking for about 25 minutes.
We're gonna be stuffing the peppers with jambalaya.
Quick fluff. Ho ho. It smells like Louisiana here. The spices, the bay leaf, the earthiness from that, and the andouille sausage. Before I add this to my peppers, I'm gonna add some green onion. It gives it that mild onion flavor and a little color. Now I'm gonna stuff my peppers with this jambalaya. All right, I'm just stuffing it to the rim. When the peppers roast in the oven, it's gonna soften up, and this entire thing is gonna be edible. And it's so cool to use peppers because peppers are already in the dish. Put the top back on.
You want to put the top back on?
Add a little water to the bottom of this cap. Cover with a little oil. My oven.
Water at the bottom and we baking it?
My pepper lanterns are done. The great reveal. Ooh, those are beautiful.
Wow.
The colors are so saturated. Ooh, it's Halloween.
They're gonna look like little.
All right, that was fun. That was fun. Let's get the final version.
Saturated. Ooh, it's Halloween.
Yeah, let's stop it. Let's go back a little bit. Let's get a good shot of that. I'm gonna go back just a little bit.
Done. The great reveal. Ooh, those are beautiful. The colors are so saturated. Ooh, it's Halloween.
Yeah, let's leave it right there. And this channel is the Food Network, so it has a lot of subscribers, over 3 million. You can check them out if you want to get some Halloween themed recipes and meals. We'll check out a lot of other different creators as we continue to lead up to Halloween. We're going to be doing Halloween themed things the entire time until we hit Halloween day. And then we're going to conclude with that. But I like how it's saturated. I wonder how you eat that though. Like, seems like, I don't know, I guess you just scoop it out first and you eat the peppers afterwards. Like, seems a little messy to eat, but definitely very fun. I like it. I think she did a great job. And I think we're doing good. So definitely go over there and help yourself to as many stuffed jack-o'-lantern peppers as you would like to have. All right. Help yourself. Plenty for everyone. You can go ahead and get the plant-based one, or you can get the version that she made. Now, we have to get into some of our Halloween themed things, because you know every show we're going to do something that's based around Halloween. So I wanted to look at some costumes and kind of look at some of the popular costumes, and we got a news story right here. This is from ABC 7 New York, and they're showing some Halloween costumes. So let's check these out real quick as we lead into the show, and then we will be getting into the No Kings situation, the protest, and we'll look at it from both sides, because I think it's going to be interesting to just get a lot of different perspectives and different looks from the people that were in or involved in the protest. So definitely looking forward to that. But first, let's have a little bit of fun with Halloween and check out some of the popular costumes. Let's see what we got.
Halloween is officially less than 2 weeks away. You can see these guys are ready.
We're ready.
What are you?
I am the Hungry Caterpillar.
And I'm a pinata.
That's right.
Clearly.
We couldn't wait. So we're bringing the spooky season right to our studios. I'm a cat, by the way, for Super Cat Sad.
Meow!
They're wearing these onesies.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And it's from the website Tipsy Elves.
We're so excited, right?
Tipsy Elves. Americans are projected to spend, oh, we got a runner.
Maya, come here.
To spend about...
Y'all remember Tipsy Elves? They were on Shark Tank. They made their debut on Shark Tank, Tipsy Elves, and they did pretty well. And now you see them here going mainstream.
$13.1 billion on Halloween this year, and $1.4 billion of that will be spent on
Come here, Marcus.
Halloween costumes.
Gonna look into the... Okay, but enough about numbers, because we gotta get to the costumes. We have some very important guests. We're gonna do a fashion show showing off some of the most popular kids' costumes. These are from HalloweenCostumes.com. So who are we starting with?
I know, let's try these little budgies. Hi, this is Maya. Wait a minute.
You guys want to trick or
You're
treat?
Snow White. Turn around, look that way, so they can see how beautiful you are.
You're so
And this is Marcos.
This is Marcos.
And this is, he's Spider-Man.
Can you show us
Do you like
Spider-Man?
Halloween candy?
Halloween candy.
Yeah, Halloween candy.
You like Halloween candy?
Maya, do you
What do
want
you
some
think?
candy?
Who are you again?
She's
Very
Snow
cute.
White.
Okay.
Snow White. She is
Very
Snow
cute.
White, and I'm the Hungry Caterpillar.
You can never go wrong with a superhero or a Disney princess, am I right?
Yes.
Okay, Maya,
Did you
can
tell
candy?
everyone what you are again?
Oh, I'm a pinata. There you go.
She's a pinata.
Thank you guys so much. Okay, next up, we have Amelia and Jack. Amelia and Jack, come here. We've got...
They said that Spider-Man was the most popular Halloween costume this year. Overall, Spider-Man was. And then, you know, you see Snow White right there as well. I think they had a Snow White movie this year, didn't they? A very controversial Snow White movie.
A Minecraft villager, and Amelia, you are, come here. What is your costume?
Galinda.
Galinda, let's see. Do you want to do a twirl for the camera?
Where's Galinda
Very
from?
cute. Wicked, obviously a huge hit right now. And Jack, come here.
From
Do you want some
Wicked?
candy. And what are you?
Villager.
Of Minecraft villager. That's exactly right. You want candy?
A lot of the kids
show
know
the
what this
camera.
is.
There's your candy.
Around, show your
Here you
face,
go.
little budgie.
Okay, who's next?
I ain't gonna lie, that
Alright,
Minecraft
these
costume is
movies are
fire.
I
popular.
think I'm still potted. All right, bring on, we have a lion.
It looked like they made that out of those little cubes that you
Oh.
put in your dresser drawer you get from IKEA.
And there's
Y'all know the one I'm talking out of IKEA. You get the little things, you can slide them out, and they're kind of like in little cubes, and you can slide them out. It looked like they just took the other side of the cube, cut it out, put a little plastic over the top to see through. Very clever costume right there.
this is Wednesday from
What
the
are you guys'
Addams
names?
family.
There's gonna be a lot of Wednesdays out
What's your
there.
name?
Peyton.
Okay, and did you guys choose these costumes? You like it?
Yeah.
Okay, have you seen the Netflix show Wednesday?
Yeah.
It's pretty good, right? All right, keep it going.
And there's one more here.
Oh, come on now.
At least.
Oh, come on, take the
Leonardo.
mic.
Looking cool.
From
Look
the
at you.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Fire.
Yeah. Look at you. What's your
fire.
favorite Halloween candy?
Leonardo.
And what's your name?
Dylan.
And what's the greatest college basketball team of all time?
Do.
That's right, Dylan.
Clearly from the dance.
Thank you.
How we come up with that? Duke? I don't know about that. That's fire though. I would have went with me personally, Donatello is my favorite Ninja Turtle. As far as the four, I always like Donatello. I like Raphael too though. Raphael was really fun. Leonardo's fire. All the Ninja Turtles. So yeah, you see a lot of costumes there. Have y'all chose a costume yet? Does anybody have their costumes put together yet for Halloween? We're going to look at more costumes as we continue to go through the weeks leading up. But I wanted to look at some more. I wanted to look at some TV series. You want to say the TV series for tomorrow? We'll say the TV series for tomorrow. I got some TV series I want to talk about as far as for Halloween. But I think we'll save them for tomorrow. I actually want to go into two more things Halloween. We got some people out here that are doing some things that we got to make sure that we get ahead of and don't allow to happen. And one of them is, when people begin to set out Halloween candy, like they gotta be out, like, they gotta leave at 4:30 and go do something, but they still want to give out candy in their neighborhood. So they just put out the bowl of candy and they're like, just please take one piece. Well, this is what we don't want to do when we get that opportunity as trick-or-treaters and as people walking around, because we want to make sure everybody gets their piece. So let's check out this video and see what's going on and how people are moving. I might have to take the audio off. We'll see. We'll see if I got to take the audio off. It depends on.
What does it say?
Please take one off each. Nope.
Come on, let's go. Oh, get one. That's right. All right, come on, let's go. Come on.
Yeah, innocent enough, but also, it could start leading to, possibly some more thievery later on in life. So, we just want to make sure that, when it says take one piece, let's do that. Although those are some good candies. Are those fortune cookies? Are those fortune cookies they're giving out? Yeah, they got fortune cookies. Wow. And then look like some fruit snacks as well.
Nope.
Come on, let's go.
And she helped herself to a handful of them. Don't
right.
crunch up the other cookies though.
All right, come on.
At least
let's
don't
go.
crunch up the cookies.
Come on.
She got the Michelangelo costume on. She kind of knows what she's doing. All right, well, this isn't that bad. All right, she's stealing some cheap candy. I mean, we'll live with that. But this next one, I think they're just taking it a little. This is what you call the Grinch of Halloween, right? This is what you call the Grinch of Halloween. This person here just took it to an all-time high. We'll get a little girl a little bit of grace. Hopefully, she doesn't end up stealing from stores later on in life. But this guy here, he's taking it far too. He's taking it. He's went way too far with this. All right, let's see what's going on with this haunted demon they're calling him. See what we got going on. What's up with this guy, man? You see him right there. We should be able to play the audio. Let's check it out.
Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Nah,
Halloween's on the way. And
bruh.
apparently so are the people who love to ruin it.
Come on, man.
Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Halloween's on the way, and apparently so are the people who love to ruin it. Philadelphia.
Got a little attitude there. Is that it? Or are you just so old and ugly that you can't hear anymore?
We're going to need to get this. Hey, look, they always want to put out people's mug shots and have them on a 1-800-TIP line. We need to get this guy off the street, especially during the days of Halloween. He needs to be in jail until at least November for this. We need to pick him up, put him in jail until at least November for what he's pulling right here. This is unacceptable. Who would do something this terrible? And you know if he'll do this on Halloween, he hates Thanksgiving and he also hates Christmas. So he just lost all his spirit. He's angry. His wife might have cheated on him, or his boyfriend, or his husband. So it's just like, you know, this is bad. He ain't even got a costume on, right? At least come dressed as like a evil goblin or something like that if you're gonna pull something like this off. So we're not rocking with this guy, and we got to get these Grinches off the street. So no good, no good, no good. And hopefully we can go ahead and catch this guy, get him off the street, and you know, make Halloween a lot better without him out here trying to destroy property. Trying to destroy property. Did y'all hear about the AWS, the shutdown earlier? I was going to talk about that, but I think we're just going to dedicate this whole show to what happened with the No Kings protest. I think we'll follow up on that. I did want to talk about everything that was affected by Amazon and their servers going down or whatever. But that all got straightened up. It mostly happened while everybody was asleep or, you know, in the middle of the night. So unless you're on the other side of the world, it didn't affect you the same way it did for Americans. I think it was around like between like 2 to 5 a.m. when the major outages were reported. So, you know, it didn't affect a lot. So I didn't feel like it was anything we needed to cover, but it did happen. And many sites went down like Lyft, Snapchat, Venmo. They said you couldn't get Starbucks. A lot of angry people on their way to work this morning. A lot of angry people. Very upset because they were not able to get their coffee. But maybe this is a sign for y'all that you need to start making your own coffee at home and stop depending on Starbucks. Their coffee ain't even top notch no more. It used to be. No, it's not. Starbucks coffee ain't as good as it used to be. I know I've talked to people that go to Starbucks that have went there for a long time. They said it ain't what it used to be. So, you know, for me, I think that we need to explore other options. All right. So over the weekend we had, I don't know, it was kind of crazy. I actually got caught in the protest. I was just trying to go to the ATM. I just needed to go to the ATM, and I wasn't able to get to one. It took me like 30 minutes to get to an ATM because there was a large gathering going on. You could call it, some people call it a protest. Some might call it a rally. However you want to look at it, it looks like a lot of people showed up. And we're going to listen to a couple of YouTubers that talk about this. Actually, TikTokers, I take that back. So I was thinking about the way I wanted to approach this. So I actually wanted to look at this from multiple different sides. So I think we can go through this. How do y'all want to go through it? Do y'all want to go with the people that were negatively affected or didn't like the protest first? Do you want to go with the supporters of the protest first? Or do you want to go with the people that are kind of in between and some of the controversial things that happened? I think we're going to end off with what the president had to say, that some people are calling a king, some people are not. And I think we'll end off with that because he had a response to this that was very dehumanizing and disgusting, some might say. But I'll let y'all be the judge of that. But that's going to be at the end of the show. So you got to stick around to hear what the president had to say and what he actually put up regarding the protesters. And I think some people might say he was adding fuel to the fire. But we're going to get to that last. How we want to do this? I think we can go with the people that supported it first. Yeah, let's do it like that. We'll talk about the people that supported the protest first. Yeah, I think that works. Let's go ahead and queue up some of these videos that we got. We got a lot to get to, so I don't know how long the show's gonna be. I don't want to give y'all any precursor as far as how long it's gonna be, but we got a lot to get to. So let's start with this guy here. He's gonna talk about it and kind of just lay out exactly what's going on from the side of people that support it. So we'll start with the supporters first, and then we'll lean into some of the interviews people had. And we're going to look at all sides of this, all right? And we even got a guy that lost his mind, and well, I don't even know. It's a lot to go through. Let's just start here. Let's start here. What do we got?
So the
Let's
No
start with
Kings
this guy.
protest was yesterday, and it looks like it was the largest protest ever in American history. 7 million people showed up across all 50 states and in other countries. And oh my God, the cities are still there today. I mean, the government was telling me that a bunch of American-hating fools were going to ravage and pillage and burn the cities down, but it looks like they were 100% peaceful. Like, oh my God, like in New York City, no one got arrested. Like literally all of the arrests that are coming out about this protest are Republicans trying to brandish weapons and scare people that are protesting Donald Trump. And they really try to tell you that everyone that went to the No Kings protest was some kind of terrorist or they were funded by some kind of left-wing organization. But pretty much everyone that I've seen is just a regular person that's just fed up with the way that the country is going. This is bigger than any Trump rally. This is bigger than January 6th. And conservatives are going to act like it wasn't a big deal because they stayed home that day. And just remember, like whenever they tell you that the left is violent or something like that, you just know it's a lie. It's a lie. It's a lie. It's a lie. So the No King.
All right, so he says some things in here that I don't know. As we go through this, we might think that he's telling a lie, but we're just going to look at everything. And I think after this, I'm going to give y'all my take on how I look at all of this and how I think about this whole protest situation. If I think it was a success, if I think it was a waste of time, if I think that their energy was in the wrong place. But this is just what he said. So he also had a key number out there. He said 7 million people attended the protest over the weekend. So we can look at some of the graphics from the protest. Let's check out this one where it looks like they talk about some of the numbers. Might have to go audioless on some of this, so I'll keep the sound down just to begin. And then if we can get audio, we'll get audio on all the videos we can. Let's check this one out, though. Yeah, we'll keep the audio off for this. Let's check it out, though. So we got 250,000 people in Manhattan, okay? And then they said Washington, D.C., we got 200,000. 200,000 is a lot of people. But if y'all are believing the numbers, 200,000 marched to the U.S. Capitol. All right. Chicago, we're going to talk about Chicago a little bit later when we get to the teacher out in Chicago that is under fire as far as her whole school. I don't even know what's going on at the school today. Maybe we'll get some updates on that as we go through, but we actually got a couple of different angles from that teacher in Chicago. That's going to be coming up towards the end, and then we're going to get the Trump reaction in real time, so we're going to check that out. But they're saying in Chicago, we had no numbers on Chicago. Did we miss it on Chicago? This looks like AI right here. I don't know about that. But Philadelphia, we don't got numbers on Philadelphia. We're looking like a lot of people in the streets. Austin, Texas. Okay. Southern states for sure. Southern states for sure. Who's flying a drone to get this camera footage? These are all drone shots. Okay. It says News Eye though, so that makes sense. News Eye. Okay. And then San Fran. They're saying the numbers were insane. And this is actually Like, even all the news publications are saying that the numbers were insane for this protest. Like, 27 events in towns around, and I can actually attest to that because I had to drive through a couple of the protests, and there was a very, very large amount of people out for this protest. All right, so we're just looking at the numbers right now. We're just kind of getting an idea of what's going on, and we're going to get into some of the more juicier things that happened within the protest as we continue through this show. Let's check out a little bit more. We got the baby Trump there. I thought this was like the level that these people will go to get at Trump is crazy. Like, whoever made this and then took their time, it looks like multiple people are trying to hold it down so it doesn't blow away. We got a lot of different people coming together. We got Mexican flags. We got American flags. We got some other types of flags in there that aren't as easily identifiable, but definitely seeing a lot of Mexican and American flags coming together as they protest against a baby Trump. So Trump definitely had to respond to this, and he is possibly more petty than them. And we're going to look at that at the end of all of this. But we're seeing it right here. Plenty of people showed up. Now, we're going to look at how a lot of these people actually began to express themselves about why they were out there. And I think that's going to be very interesting to just hear from the people on the ground. So we'll get into a lot of these interviews and stuff as we go on. But I always want to hear from the people. I always want to hear what's going on the ground level. So we see it here, and see if we got a couple of more of these. Okay, looks like we're already getting into the interviews. Let's check out this interview right here. We got a very, very eccentric woman with a dump Trump sign, holding a sign of very high and proud. So I'll give her credit at her age to be able to hold that up with the force that she has. Let's hear what she's got to say. She's 97.
How old are you and why are you out here today?
I'm 97. 97. And I'm so excited to be here. It's wonderful.
We're not violent. We're silly. We're a bunch of silly frogs. We're axolotls. We're penguins. We're tacos.
A second round of the No Kings protest popped up around the country and here in front of the Indiana State House.
We don't want a king. We believe in a democracy.
Many are concerned with the president's immigration crackdowns and sending troops into American cities.
This golden man is ruining our country and our democracy.
He should be representing everyone. I don't like the separatism. We're all equal.
Some on the other side are calling the protests Hate America rallies and claim they're prolonging the federal government shutdown.
We want America to be what it can be. I don't know what they mean by make America great again.
Reporting in Indianapolis.
I don't know if this is prolonging the government shutdown. This has nothing to do with the shutdown. These people just started protesting last weekend. We've been shut down for almost, 3 weeks now or something like that? I don't know what that means, but I do want to ask about this lady. If you're 97 years old, are you out here protesting at that age? I think she might even have a breathing machine on. Let me see. It's not going to work if I try to zoom in. She does got a breathing machine on. She's got an oxygen tank on the back of her actual. Yeah, you can see it right there. It's coming off her nose right there. She got a breathing machine on to help get her oxygen while she's out there. Would you think this is elder abuse? Would you think so? I don't know. Like, I just feel like they did say it wasn't any violence or anything going on, so it was unlikely that she'd get trampled or anything like that, or, there'd be a stampede or something crazy would happen. But, it seems like she could be doing something a little more better with the limited time that she has left on this earth. But if she likes it, I love it. At her age, I'm not in any type of... I can't say nothing to nobody this old. I'll say this, that just because you're old doesn't always mean you're wise, but because you're old should mean that you're wise. And, we'll take it at face value. Let's let's see. She got an electronic wheelchair? She got somebody pushing her. All right. Let's see. Do we got some more? What do we want to look at? Let me check this one out.
I was willing to die and lost.
These are all the supporters first. We're starting with the supporters first and the people that are on the side of the protest that is No Kings. And actually, they began to try to change the name because a lot of the arguments coming out is that if Trump was a king, then you wouldn't be able to do this because it would have been off with your head. And instead of you guys standing out there on your own 2 feet, y'all all would have had your head on spikes instead if he was an actual king and a dictator, because this wouldn't be allowed. In a place like North Korea, if you tried this, well, you know it's going to happen. You know it's going to happen. He's going to annihilate everybody in the crowd, and this will be put to rest extremely fast. But we actually have a veteran here, came out in full gear with all of his badges. Let's hear what he's got to say. Very interesting.
I was willing to die and lost a leg in a foreign country fighting for their rights.
He lost a leg.
There's no way I'm bending the only knee I have left for a king here in America. I can't sit idly by why rights are trampled on and ignored and people are pushed and treated like second-class citizens.
Yeah, he's not bending knee, and I agree with him. I agree with him. I do not bend knee to anybody. I'd rather have my leg blown off as well. I agree with you. And shout out to him for serving our country and keeping us protected. Can't say anything bad about the guy. I mean, he actually went out there, and a lot of these people, you know, we can begin to joke about and have some fun with because these people have not put in any work at the level that he has, but he's actually been out, fought for the country, understands the military and the United States in many ways that most civilians do not. So we're going to go ahead and give him his respect as a veteran, as somebody that lost a limb to protect all of us. So shout out to this guy right here. And if anybody should be out there protesting, for sure, I think he has the right to do that with his merit. But I wouldn't be surprised if Trump trolled him. Remember what he did to McCain when he said, yo, McCain, I like the guys that haven't been captured. Was that McCain? Who was the guy Trump said, I like the guys that haven't been captured? He went out to war and he was like captured for years and beaten and malnourished. And then Trump proceeded to attack him, even though Trump hasn't been to war himself. I don't know. These guys are petty on all levels, so it's just kind of crazy to see what happens. Again, for us, we're unbiased, we're reporting, and we come up with our own ideas. We come up with the way that we think about things in our own way, and we don't group think. So what we're going to do is continue to go on. Let's check out some more. These are all the people that are supporting. We're going to start out with the supporters first. We're going to turn the music off on this. It's going to look a little bit weirder if she's dancing with no music, though. Well, maybe. If she got some bounce, if she got some rhythm, it'll work, though. Donald Trump. All right, let's do that. I didn't even know they made a song. Who was that? Lotto and Coop? Which is a lot different than the military dude we just seen. So we got all sides over here. Going ahead and going against Trump. Let's go ahead and see this. I thought this was interesting. So I actually want to look at the comments on this one because the comments actually go against somebody that's supposed to be on the side of the No Kings protest, but then they began to attack her because she is not a Black American, but she identified as one. I thought this one was interesting. Let's check it out. A little bit of civil discourse between the No King side.
Because I'm first generation African American. My parents are from Ghana. It took my mom over 30 years to get her visa, okay? It's not that easy, and I will be damned if anybody thinks that like I'm not her American dream. So we're here, we're representing, we stand with LA, we stand with Mexico. We're all just one people, and yeah, we need to be out here showing our support. And I live downtown too, and what's happening down here, like if this is where it's gonna start, then this is where it's gonna start.
Yeah, that's where it's gonna start. Let me see if I can pull
I'm out
it
here
up.
because I'm first generation.
Yeah, I want to pull it up like this.
I'm out here because I'm first generation African American.
All right, let me do it like this. Yeah, we could do it like this. I'm gonna have to pull it up kind of off to the side. But I know I can do this actually. Let's do it like this. I'll pull that out a little bit. And I'll read it to y'all. So a lot of these comments were kind of interesting. I don't really look at the comments very much because I make my own takes on things. I don't really necessarily need to read what everybody else is saying for the most part. But immediately they were on her saying like, she is not an African American. She's Ghanaian American. Stop erasing us. She's first generation Ghanaian American, not African American. Those are two different ethnic groups. She's not African, Black American. She has immigrant parents. That's not how it really works. And you see the Black communities coming out in full force, and even some white people for the Black community. She's Ghanaian American. This person goes all the way in. Is she having an identity crisis? ? The first generation of African Americans happened 500 years ago. You are Ghanaian American, not African American. Are you not proud, or are you embarrassed of your people? What is really going on here? Let's see the response to this one. Let's see. Funny you say identity crisis. I've seen African Americans, when people write like this, it's hard to read because it's like, yeah, it's just written terribly. We're going to pass that one up because I can't read it. Creating a new ethnic term for a group is not the same as claiming someone else's ethnic identifier. It's very common to happen over time. Create new names. So yeah, she's not African American. She's Ghanaian American. So it's kind of like, I thought it was all about inclusivity and bringing people in, but they immediately attacked this woman. Let's hear what she had to say one more time.
Because I'm first generation African American. My parents are from Ghana. It took my mom over 30 years to get her visa, okay? It's not that easy, and I will be damned if anybody thinks that like I'm not her American dream. So we're here, we're representing, we stand with LA, we stand with Mexico. We're all just one people, and yeah, we need to be out here showing our support. And I live downtown too, and what's happening down here.
Nah. She tried to come together with everybody, and she was quickly ostracized. That word. She was quickly kicked out of the group. She said, they said, you not like us. They not like us. So that was kind of funny. I was kind of wondering what was going on with that, but nobody's trying to bring her in as a Ghanaian American. You look at her, I mean, you could tell that she's not like foundational Black, but she doesn't look far off, honestly. You throw the tattoos and all that in, I mean, she begins to try to fit in with, possibly a more urban Black community. So, I don't know. Thought it was a little strange that they began to attack this woman when she was saying that she stands with everybody, Blacks, Mexicans, whites, just everybody that's protesting it. As we continue to go through this, we're going to start to see that there's divisiveness within all of these people as a collective, because they're all protesting something different, although under the same roof, which makes it a little difficult to come together. Let's check out one more of the people supporting, and then I think we'll go into a couple other situations where it begins to get a little more confusing.
Here's my hot opinion on the No Kings protest. I think you guys look really interesting out there, and Trump is still your president, so I don't know what you thought you were going to accomplish. And also, fighting for people who don't belong in this country legally makes no sense. Like, what is not clicking? And last but not least, like, what are you fighting for? Is it because you just feel bad or you don't like Trump? Because if we're being completely honest, it's just because you don't like Trump. It has nothing to do with them. You just don't like Trump.
Oh, wow. That was a little code switching, right? That was a little code switching. We thought just because, you know, she was black that she was going to immediately begin to rock with the No Kings protest and rock with Trump. But she doesn't have those same views. She thinks that the protesters are fools, and this is a black woman, not a Ghanaian woman, but a black woman. So the Ghanaian woman's rocking with it. The black woman isn't in this case. So it's looking a little bit strange. Now, we're going to go into a different phase of this because we did want to look at one side of it. So we've seen everybody that is supporting the cause. Okay. Now we want to look at people that are possibly beginning to dislike the cause. We got a lot of those videos queued up. But first I want to look at one more. I want to look at one more where, because what we're going to do is we transition. I want to look at the way that people look and how we all stay within an echo chamber, which is one of the reasons I always tell y'all, like, we have to be a bit more balanced, because people will always look for confirmation bias is a term that you can use, where they only look at things from their perspective. So it's really difficult to reach your full potential if you're one-dimensional in the way that you look at things. And we'll look at these people here where they were ready to annihilate this woman when she had just a little bit of a joke, and then began to pull back when she seen that they were on their side. This is a very interesting video, and I want this to segue into the second part of this.
For all the No Kings protesters, just remember that a king wouldn't allow you to protest. We're protesting someone who is trying to become a king, and we're saying that's not gonna happen. I just felt like I had to clarify, because your own president called y'all stupid, so I just felt like I should chime in to help you, because I think y'all thought you ate with that, but it's okay. For all the...
All right, so catch the first part of this video. Then
No Kings protest.
Catch the first part of this, and I want to look at the comments, because everybody thought that she was going to be pro-Trump, and then, or pro-Republican, however you want to look at it, pro-conservative. But then she's actually Democratic, liberal, you know, with the protest. And it was funny how the comments reacted to her video. So check out this first
all the
part.
No Kings protesters, just remember that a king wouldn't allow you to protest.
Fair point.
We're protesting someone who is trying to become a king, and we're saying that's not gonna happen. I just felt like I had to clarify, because your own president called y'all stupid, so I just felt like I should chime in to help you, because I think y'all thought...
And then we look at this, and the language is beginning to change, and I think that the next time that they have a protest like this is going to be more along the lines of no traitors or no tyranny or no tyrant, because the no king situation doesn't really fit, because again, if he was a king, he would have annihilated the entire crowd immediately, and that would have been the end of it. And you wouldn't even be, you can't even talk bad about kings in most situations, because again, it's off with your head immediately. You cannot do that. It's just not possible. So I wanted to look at the comments on this one because I thought they were interesting. So we'll slide it over. See how much I can get on here. Let's do it like this. I don't want to move that. Oh, okay. I got it right here. All right, hold on. Oh, yeah, I can bring it over a little bit. Sorry, it's all off to the right. Usually the comments are underneath, but here's what it is. I'm going to read it out to you anyways. So this person, Amanda, she says, "Girl, that pause was too long. I became worried. I was watching the wrong side." Right? And that's one of the things where it's like, and I know like a lot of people, you know, and listen, I know for sure, like for me, like I'll take a long time to catch on with certain people because I'm not extreme on one side or the other, especially when it comes to politics, because I think it's kind of crazy. So I know like a lot of people will not really understand or be able to recognize how I come off and how I move. You would have to really know me in real life to understand that. But, as we continue and as I continue to, push out content and give my perspective, I think more people will begin to realize that, the way of DotSale is absolutely one of the best ways that you can operate in life. But besides that, I want to look at some more of the comments. She said, I was waiting because I was like, no way my FYP failed me, talking about For You page. So when you go on TikTok, it always pulls up what's in your algorithm, which makes sense. And TikTok is very good at feeding you exactly what you're into. So it's very rare that if you are against Trump, that it's going to show you anything positive about Trump. And if you are with Trump, it's only going to show you positive things about him, right? That's how TikTok works. It's very good with its algorithms. That's why it's so addicting to people, because it always feeds them exactly what they want. So this woman right here says, girl, I'm getting older. Don't do that to me. Was typing furiously to say this. Love the anti-fascist queen. So when she first started talking, you can see this woman right here. She says, let me delete my paragraph. Just off of the first sentence that this woman said, these people were about to get in the comments and annihilate her. If she would have left her video with just the first 10 seconds and just cut it off there and didn't add to the rest of it, her comments would have went crazy on her, calling her all kind of names, probably threats, different things like that. You see her. Phew. Thank you for educating those in need. And then here we go. Was getting my comeback ready. So this is how fringe that some of these people are, to the point where you can actually be on their side. But if you say one thing that they don't like or even begin to lean that way, they will turn their backs on you furiously. And that is the reason why you don't necessarily want to be 100% ingratiated in a lot of these spaces, because they can become very toxic. And that's on both sides. That's conservative, Republican. They do it in a different way. We'll actually look at that a little bit more as we get into the depths of this towards the end. I'm going to show y'all some ways that the other side is the exact same way, and where we got to start to begin to, group ourselves away from the radicalness that is going on. But, again, let me just delete my paragraph. I was so scared. Got this guy right here. He was scared about what she was going to say. Had me scared for a second. I was scared for a second. You had me scared. You had me. Blah, blah, blah. Woo! This guy right here, you can see him there. Tobias. I had to watch it twice to see what you did there. LOL. And had to go to the comments to get the clues, because I was like, WTF, saying what the F, like when, okay, yeah, anyways, yeah. FDT, saying F Donald Trump. But yeah, these people were ready to rip this lady's head off and destroy her. And, had she not a code switched at the last moment, it would have been over for her. So let's watch this one more time before we go away from this video. Very, very interesting to see how, how flighty and flaky these people are towards one another. It's crazy. If these are your friends, you don't really want enemies.
For all the No Kings protesters, just remember that a king wouldn't allow you to protest.
And the crazy part is she said the truth right here, which is true. Because a king would not allow you to protest. These are facts. But then she comes here and says this. So when she said this first line, everybody was ready to demonize her, condemn her, and rip her to shreds, probably find her address, dox her, and do everything they can to tear her apart. But then when she came back with this, it was all good all of a sudden.
We're protesting someone who is trying to become a king, and we're saying that's not going to happen. I just felt like I had to clarify because your own president called y'all stupid. So I just felt like I should chime in to help you because I think.
And that's very telling, right? So I look at stuff like this and I just begin to understand that the ways that we think for ourselves are always going to be the right way. Because anytime you groupthink, you end up in a situation where you'll be slaughtered with the sheep. Now, I will say she has nice teeth. I'll give her that much. All right, so let's see. So as we start to move into some of the other situations that happened, how do we want to look at this? We want to look at the guy that got, oh, you know what? I could do that. Hold on one second. Let me look at something real fast. I just want to check this out. Do I got this queued up? I got some good stuff for y'all, all right? I have some really, really good content for y'all already ready. Yeah, let's do this. All right, so I'm actually going to segue this into let's look at the people that do not rock with Trump and how they went into the crowd to antagonize these people. And I want to look at this one guy right here that'll do anything for clout. I think his videos are quite pathetic in the way that he's moving. And he had instant karma given to him by the people in the crowd, which kind of seemed justified, not just because possibly he deserved it or not. I just think that he's so annoying that he deserved it. That's the only reason I'm getting this guy, is because I think he's completely annoying. Let's check out how it all started, though. This is the guy here. So he's out here. We got him right here. Got the people in the crowd. Everybody looks happy and peaceful for the most part. He comes out there with the Make America Great Again. Anybody that's in gang culture or understands it, not that you had to be in it, but you can understand, like, this is like a Blood going into Crip territory or a GD going into Vice Lord territory. Like, you go into the Blood neighborhood wearing all blue rags, you know, just giving a different analogy. I think everybody can understand. He's in hostile territory right now. This is a crowd of people that do not like Trump. And he goes out there wearing a Trump hat, basically a Trump flag, like he's a gang member. And he's out there just to piss him off. So, you know, obviously he didn't get the reaction he was looking for here, where people just walked by him and didn't pay him any type of mind, wearing their funny costumes. And, you know, so that's all that happened, right? So he'll continue to do it and we'll watch him again.
All right, leaving the second protest. A little bit more dangerous.
So he's looking for more controversy.
White people. Hey, I like your hat, brother. Like your hat. Say what's up, man. What's up? One of my brothers at a Democrat protest. All right,
he brings race up.
A little bit more dangerous. Although it's a whole bunch of white people. It's always white.
So he's saying that the white people are dangerous. And you know, me, you can obviously tell that I am black. We talked about it earlier, African American. He's saying that it's dangerous because there's a lot of white people out there. That's what he said. He said when he seen a lot of white people, he started to fear for his life. All right, I'm just repeating what he said as a white man that is conservative. He's more nervous about the white people than the blacks.
A little bit more dangerous. Although it's a whole bunch of white people. It's always white people. Hey, I like your hat, brother. Like your hat. Say what's up, man.
And you see him right there with his white brethren amongst all the other white people. And he's saying that it's a dangerous environment out there in a very suburban looking part of town where he's definitely not in the hood. There's probably no black people to speak of within this situation. And he is out there extremely comfortable, continuing to antagonize the mostly white protesters that are out there to demonstrate against Donald Trump, the Republicans, and the conservative movement. All right. Now, we're going to get into a video where he begins to be attacked as he continues to try to get the right person against him, and he succeeded with this one. Let's check it out. Oh, and the funny part about it, when he gets to the cops, they want nothing to do with any of his antics, and they don't even seem like they want to help out their white brother. But here he is. As you can see, the sun begins to set, and he's very, very anxious to find somebody. He's been out there all day. Nobody's reacted. So he begins to do what I think is the reason that he got beat up and punched. A very, very annoying dance. And I don't think it has anything to do with the hat or anything like that. I think they slapped the sonic rings out of him because of this dance. But you can be the judge with me. Let's check it out.
Hey, hey, ho, ho. Donald Trump is your president. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Donald Trump is
He's
your
doing
president.
anything.
Hey, hey, ho, ho. Donald Trump is your president. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Donald Trump is your president.
Now watch him here. Tell me he didn't deserve this, though. Look at him.
Donald Trump rapes young girls. Hey, ho, ho.
That's enough, bruh. That's enough to get you socked out, bruh. They took his hat off him. He said he got punched in the dome.
I got it all on video. I got it all on video. Can I follow police report?
Now,
Someone just grabbed my hat and then they started hitting me whenever I was trying to get it back, and I got it on video.
the cops are very uninterested.
Okay, just wait.
Hey, no one pull out a notebook. That is funny, bro. I'm sorry. Hey, listen. If y'all... Bro deserved this, man. Whatever side you're on, I think we can agree that he deserved this. For the dance, for being out there for no reason. These people are all getting along. They're protesting against Trump. He wanted to go out there, get himself in the mix. He got his hat snatched. He got beaten up, and then the cops proceeded to do nothing for this white man. Now, he's the one that brought race into it. I did not. He's the one that talked about the whole race. He said it's all white people and it's getting dangerous. And he was obviously attacked. So you see him here. I mean, come on, man.
All the humanity. Donald Trump rapes young girls.
I want to see who grabbed his hat. Bro, it was the Asian woman that grabbed his hat. Hold on, I got to see it again. It was her right there. I didn't even see who did it the first time. Let me see something. Yeah, it was her. She snatched his hat. He got his hat snatched by a woman and subsequently got punched by the Asian woman.
I got it all on video. I got it all on video.
That's why he ain't hurt, because a woman hit him.
Police report.
Then he went to go snitch and tell.
Just grabbed my hat and then they started hitting me whenever I was trying to get it back, and I got it on video.
Once this is over, somebody can take it.
Okay.
Bro, look at they look like brothers. The cop literally looks like he could be his brother. Bro, say you're a complete idiot, bro. You walking around all these people you know don't like you with a Trump hat on. Now you want to come and tell us, oh yeah, they beat me up. Come on, bro. The cop like, bro, get the hell away from me, bro. We're not taking you serious. Did you see bro's face, bro? Oh my God, bro. That is hilarious. And now we got to look at one more. This one is going to have y'all like, bro, this is crazy. This one's going to have y'all like, this is crazy. The guy is taunting the crowd, not sure what he expects. Exactly. Like, what the hell are you doing there, bruh? Trust me, I'm not gonna be in rural town America wearing a Biden for what was Biden? Was he 46? I'm not gonna be wearing a Biden 46, wearing all blue over there in a rural town in America where they got Trump signs hanging up everywhere, taunting them, doing the stanky leg and dancing the Glorilla and Sexy Red and Cardi B, and not expect to get my ass kicked out there. Like, this guy right here asked for it. So, you know, this image alone is always going to tell you what you need to know, right? I mean, this guy's supposed to be a conservative.
Trying to get it back.
And got mobbed. Then went to go tell the police.
Once this is up.
Come on, bro. So this was an L for bro, 100%. 100%. But it gets even crazier. This one is gonna have y'all like, bro, what are we doing? Check out this fool right here. Do I got him queued up? Is it this one? All right, y'all got to see this, and I'm gonna have to turn the sound off at the end because they start to play Taylor Swift. But we'll get the first part, and then I'll cut the audio when it gets to that point. This one is crazy, y'all. Let me see. I'm gonna get this up. Yeah, let's do it like this. This one is crazy. Look at this idiot. He basically did the same thing that guy did, only they didn't even have to put hands on him. The kid snatches his glasses, right? And then he begins to run after the kid. And then, just check it out. He got the middle fingers up. He's all tough. You would think this guy could fight. You would think he's fast. You would think he's in shape. You would think he couldn't get his glasses snatched off his face. Y'all gotta turn it off there. They playing, look at this fool though. Look at him. He gets tripped there. The first time he just fell on his own. Then they tripped him. People trying to stop him from being a complete idiot. So look at the contrast, right? Look at the contrast of this fool. Instant karma. For no reason. And they said the conservatives stayed home. They right there, though. Look, the kid right there, look. That's the kid right there in the New York hat. But he got the Yankees hat on. So watch him. He gonna lean up on him. He ain't even watching his six. None of his partners got his back. Watch, he gonna get him right here. Look, he's tough as hell. Called him a fag. Snatched his glasses. He tried to chase him down. He can't keep up with the kid. Tripped over his own feet. He running boat-legged. Then the other guy comes in, sweep kicks him. Watch, dude gonna come in. Let me get that. Bro. So I want to start with this. Gashed his whole forehead up. And this is how it started. So I want to start with this because now we're going to go into a lot of these idiots that are on the other side. But I had to show the idiots that were on the side of Trump, and we're seeing it right here. So let's watch this video one more time all the way through. No interruptions, because I really want to capture how dumb these people are on both sides. This guy is running with Trump. He's MAGA. He's Republican. He's conservative. Complete idiot, right? Out there at the protest for no reason. Could just be on his merry way. No one would have bothered him, but he wants to antagonize the group and then ends up hurting himself, gashing his forehead, getting his glasses taken, and looking like a complete moron. All right? Now, after we do this, we're going to look at the other side and see how foolish these people look. But let's check this out one more time. This is hilarious. Way funnier than the MAGA hat dude. And he got to be at least 65, bro. What are you doing out there? Tough talk. Look at him. Slipped over his own feet, cut his hands up and all that, broke his Apple Watch. Then gets sweep kicked, face plants into the curb, gashes his forehead open, all for nothing. Pants sagging. Hey, don't he look like the people he would talk about? Bro got his pants sagging. Look at him. He got his pants sagging now. Ain't this the people he be talking bad about? Hold on, I gotta turn the music off. Look, pants sagging. He got the Hanes, he got the BVD showing. 70-year-old white guy pants sagging out in the streets, fighting, looking like a fool, protesting. I thought they said they was at home. I thought they said they wasn't getting involved. Now, y'all know I'm going in on these people, but I gotta get the other side, y'all. Y'all thought y'all was safe. Y'all is not safe. I saw this one, and the guy can't even run. He should have stayed home. Yeah, his pants is too tight. He need to have his pants up over his ass. Anybody that sags their pants is a loser. So I can't give this guy anything but the credit he deserves for running around as an old man with his pants sagging. Are you a child? You out protesting at 70 years old against no kings as a MAGA supporter, and then you go ahead and get tripped and bust your whole forehead open on your own? I mean, this is loser behavior by one side. Now we got to check out the other side because, you know, we're equal accountability smoke givers over here, all right? So, you know, we got to get this guy and we got the other guy, but now, sorry, guys. If you was on the side, look, we got the MAGA guys. Now we got to get the liberals, all right? Because the liberals is out here looking crazy. And we're going to get to the teacher and we're going to get to Trump's response after all of this. But now we are shifting into the third set of this act, all right? We are shifting into the third set. This is crazy, y'all. Let me go ahead and get this fool off my screen real fast. Because, I mean, that's disgraceful. At your age, sagging like that is crazy. All right, now I want to look at some of these interviews. And I wanted to start with this one that's like both sides because we got one side where this woman is completely unhinged and she's a complete idiot. But then we have one guy that actually, out of all the people that have been interviewed, actually had a couple of good talking points, which at least he's somewhat, because, I mean, look, I could cook the Democrats and I could cook the Republicans right now. Like right now, I can get both of them easily. They both got some stupid things that they've done and continue to do. So anybody that's like, well, it's no matter what, come on, man. Y'all tripping. But let's check this interview out because this is going to be very, very telling. And we got a lot of these we got to get through, so we'll try to rapid fire them. We will try to rapid fire these interviews. Let's check this one out to start.
Tell us about your outfit.
She looked like she's selling tax.
Tampa Weekly. We're a media company in Tampa. We're just trying to interview people, figure out the vibe of today, what problems need to be solved.
I'm not trusting your vibes.
What do you mean?
What do you think we're not in?
And we liked your costume. We just want to ask you what's going on. We do. Is this a Halloween outfit or what is the premise behind it?
You look like Charlie Kirk fan. Get away from me.
You're an angry person, aren't you?
Always.
You always are angry?
Yeah.
Why?
Because gingers make me do it.
You're ginger.
I am. You look like my dad. Gargle dicks all the time.
I do not.
You look like you got a dick in your mouth.
I'm straight.
Because he looks like you got two stuck in your cheeks. Or do you just got one nut? Half sack. Half sack?
Do you live in Tampa?
Maybe I fucking don't. Who fucking knows?
Were you paid to be here?
Do I fucking look like I fucking get paid? Why would someone pay someone
I don't judge.
for a free? Get the.
I'll give you.
So my thing is this: when you look at people like this, and I would say that she probably works at Liberty Tax. Ain't that the one where they be outside and they be holding a sign? So she still got her sign from when she on the corner, and it's tax time between like the months of January to possibly April, and they holding it up, coming here to get your taxes done because you're too dumb to do them yourselves. I do all my own taxes personally. I've always done my own taxes. Never had anybody do my taxes for me. But you can go in there and they'll take like 10%. They usually give you a cash advance and they'll take more percentage. So if you get back $1,000 in taxes because you want your money up front, you want somebody to do it for you because you can't crunch your own numbers, and you want to give them all your information, your social security and your whole life, then you can do that. And then they'll give you back like, you know, $800, $700 from your $1,000 tax return if you're lucky to even get one. But this woman right here just can't even form a thought in real time, but is out there with a blowhorn. So, but I want to actually give this guy credit because this is how you are supposed to conduct yourself, even if you're on the other side in these interviews. So let's check this guy out. Very respectable guy right here, whether you agree with him or disagree with him.
I'll give you my insight.
I would love your insight. Yeah.
A lot of people are very upset with the material conditions that they have. Things are not being improved. They feel their money's worth less. They go to the store. Things are more expensive, especially young people. We can't buy a house. We can't get a loan for the house because the interest rate's so high. Meanwhile, we're dealing with tariffs. We're dealing with free speech violations. And we're seeing people get their human dignity stripped away. Even if they say they're an illegal immigrant, you don't need to put them in chains to put them on a military plane. So we're seeing all this. And people are saying, this isn't right. We need to do something about it.
What's the main shift that you think needs to happen now? Step number one, what needs to occur?
A stronger Democratic Party, a more vocal Democratic Party.
Okay. Like, do you think Gavin Newsom or Kamala Harris is the answer to these questions or no?
No.
Okay.
No.
Stronger Democratic candidate.
Somebody in the mold of Bernie Sanders, but young enough to carry that flag for generations to come.
We appreciate your time.
And you see how this interview went? So as we continue to go through these interviews, I want y'all to understand that there is a way to conduct yourself around these people that will not get you cooked, annihilated, and have you looking like a complete idiot on camera. Don't! These people that we're gonna start looking at all these interviews, these people are complete imbeciles. They have no idea why they're out there. They can't speak. They're dumb. They're just morons. So I want to give this guy credit before we start to go into all these other fools that get put on the spot that took time to write out signs, take off work, plan their whole day around this event, and don't even have one or two talking points to get him out of a jam. And also, if you see the interviewer, he gave him nothing but the utmost respect. The lady in the Liberty Tax uniform got her ass cooked. But this guy right here, whether you agree with him or not, articulated himself well and said something I think is very smart. He said, look, Kamala, bruh, nah. Biden, bruh, nah. Absolutely. These people are complete fools. And, you know, I got to agree with him.
Judge my physical and mental, my physical as well as my mental fitness.
A lot of reason Trump won, whether you like him or not, is because the person that he was running against was not good at all. Let's just be honest. Like, there's a lot more articulate people that the Democrat Party could have threw around, but I think they want somebody that they can completely control. And Kamala Harris was that person, as well as Biden. But as we continue to look through some of this, I do want to give a couple more talking points to these people that are going to be getting cooked soon. So let's just go ahead and get them a couple of signs up real quick to try to help them with their arguments before they look like complete dummies. They got it right here. You could start with this, right? Signs of fascism, use of voter suppression, okay? Racial profiling against minorities, all right? They got the Handmaid's Tale thing going on. Has anybody watched The Handmaid's Tale? I gotta finish it. I got to the final, matter of fact, I might finish that tonight. I might finish it tonight. I got to the final season, and then I just stopped watching. I kind of lost interest. It took so long to come out and all that. I thought it was a good show. Very, very leaning towards one side, but good show nonetheless. Appointing incompetent loyalists, fair enough. Using the military on U.S. civilians, threatening political opponents with prison, oppression of LGBTQ plus people, intervening religion in government. Did I say intervening? Pardoning loyalists, replacing science with ideology. I think these are all good talking points that you can start to begin to have your argument with. So just having a couple of cue cards on you in case you get approached would be good to not make yourself look like a complete fool on camera. But these people failed to have anything to say back to these people that began to ask them questions. So let's see a couple of the numbskulls that were out there protesting without any type of sense whatsoever.
Because he
I just gave you like 7 of them.
to take control of everything, like his checks and balances are not working. So he is just trying to completely disregard the Constitution. He's trying to do whatever he wants. I don't know. I feel like a lot of amendments
You don't know?
have been kind of overcome, like in a way that they're not supposed to be. Wait, which amendment specifically? The whole first one. Yeah, the first one. Trying to take away our freedom of protesting.
I would say that it's because even though he was elected, I agree, due process, he got what he got elected fairly, sure, but he's doing things that make him a king, like he's taking away, civil rights.
I expect more out of this guy right here. He's the guy that we all called a nerd in school. He was playing with Yu-Gi-Oh! And Magic the Gathering cards at lunchtime, before and after school. He'd get together, he'd bring his whole Nintendo system to the school. He'd be in the community room playing with all of his friends. And we all looked at him as smart. And now he can't even get his argument out edgewise. And he's got the mic and he's got the floor. And he's going to be seen by possibly thousands of people. And he'll be able to be heard when he wasn't able to be heard in school because everybody overlooked him. None of the women wanted him. He never got his teeth fixed. And now here he is. He can show how smart he is. And he just failed the quiz. And I expect more out of him, and I'm not even trying to be funny about it. I'm not trying to clown him. I'm like literally serious, bro. You have to be smarter than this. You got to be.
Protesting.
I expect it out of her. She don't know where the hell she's at. But this guy here, come on, man.
I would say that it's because even though he was elected, I agree, due process, he got what he got elected fairly, sure, but he's doing things that make him a king, like he's taking away, civil rights.
And bro was so smart, he couldn't even say he didn't get elected unfairly. He had to be like, yeah, he got elected fairly, but I mean, come on, bro. This is crazy. She got the F Trump shirt on. Statue of Liberty holding it up. Let's see what she got to say.
That's a great question. I don't particularly think he's a king. It's how people are viewing him as.
Actively switching the levers of power in order to subvert elections.
And what does that mean?
Things such as trouble coming up with words.
Was he in red face? My thing is this. If you dislike somebody, wouldn't the thing that you not want to do is try to look like them? Like, bro literally is out here trying to look like the person that he claims that he dislikes. All right. We're going to continue to go on because we got more. We got more and more of these interviews, which I thought were very, very interesting, to say the least. Let's check this guy out right here.
Yeah, your own freedom.
Because he's threatening our freedom just by using ICE as his own personal Gestapo. I have a lot of family that are immigrants.
Are they illegal though?
Does it matter?
It does matter because we can't just be letting anyone and everyone into our country. I'm all for immigration. I'm all for your family being here, but they need to come in legally.
Yeah, all right, I'm going to stop this right here.
Yeah.
We're not going to do this. Y'all go back to your show.
So the Gestapo, if nobody knows what that is, back in like the, I don't know, it was somewhere in like the early 1920s, I think like 1922 to 1933, the Gestapo was basically the Nazi secret police. I'm saying it in broad terms, but basically that's what it was. They were a very controversial group, and that's what he's referring to. And I don't really think that applies to what's going on today, 100 years later. But he believes that, and when he started to talk, she said, we got to get this fool up out of here because he is not very smart. So
I think I probably have a much higher IQ than you do, I suspect.
All right, we ain't done. We got a lot of these interviews. We're just going to check them out in rapid fire fashion, all right? Let's check out this woman holding a Burger King sign for some reason.
Supporting No Kings Day.
I think protest is important.
Why are you protesting?
How much time do you have?
Couple minutes. And what's the main reason you're out here protesting President Trump?
I agree with a lot of the decisions that are being made.
Is there any decision in particular you disagree with?
Okay, so I would start with, well, I don't even think it's appropriate for me to have this interview.
So what?
You cannot be this brain dead, bro. I just gave y'all all the talking points you needed. I just gave them to you. They had it right here. They had the talking points for you because I didn't want y'all to come out here and look like fools, all right? I did not want y'all to come out here and look like fools, so I gave y'all the talking points you needed. They're right here. Racial profiling against minorities, appointing incompetent loyalists, using the military on U.S. Civilians, threatening political opponents with prison, oppression of LGBTQ plus people. I mean, look, you got them right here. Y'all got them right here. They might be foolish arguments, but they're still here for you if you need them. Nonetheless, you're not prepared. All right, so we're going to continue to go on. Actually, I'm going to skip that one. I don't want to do that one.
What do you mean? It's pretty... In this context, who's a Nazi? Stephen Miller's a Nazi. So you're going to kill Stephen Miller? If I had a chance, yeah, I would. I don't know if that's something I'd say on camera, bro.
Who the hell is Stephen Miller?
Who are you going to kill? Nazis. Who do you define as a Nazi? What do you mean? It's pretty...
Hey, listen, I don't know who Stephen Miller is. I don't know if Stephen Miller's a Nazi. Oh, shoot, hold on. I meant to get this is supposed to be on screen. Hold on. I'll play it for y'all so you can see what this dude look like. We got to get him.
Who are you going to kill? Nazis. Who do you define as a Nazi? What do you mean? It's pretty... In this context, who's a Nazi? Stephen Miller's a Nazi. So you're going to kill Stephen Miller? If I had a chance, yeah, I would.
This guy's not killing no Nazi. He's not prepared for any type of war or fight whatsoever. You can look in his eyes and tell that he'd be terrified. He wouldn't help his own brother in a fight. And I think that's the problem, right? Like, at least if you're going to be doing stuff like this, make sure that you're trained and ready to go. You can't just be out here just winging it like this, bro. It's very dangerous. All right, we're going to continue to go on because we ain't done. Check this guy out.
Tell me any of the racist things that Charlie is saying.
Don't touch your properties, please, sir.
Here we go. Okay, well, then
I think he's talking about Charlie Kirk.
So this gentleman found out that I worked at Turning Point USA and decided to come up to me.
Oh, she's from Turning Point.
Was a racist and a fascist.
This is entirely bullshit.
A good conversation. So you found out that I work for Turning Point and you said you can't stand here and talk with me because why?
Because Charlie Kirk was a racist, bigot, scum.
Do you think he deserved to get shot in the neck?
No, I don't think he deserved to die.
But do you see how that type of rhetoric has led to people in the United States getting killed?
His rhetoric...
I stop it? Oh, my bad.
Has ruined thousands of lives.
Can I ask what rhetoric is at the forefront for you that was the most hateful?
I hate his racism. He was an anti-Semite. He accused Jews of funding replacement theory in America. This is insane.
So regarding the racism, I myself am a Hispanic Asian woman.
Okay.
He hired me on to, represent his organization.
God bless. Everybody needs a token.
Okay, so I'm a token. Well, Charlie was just brutally murdered in front of the United States, and I think it's a big problem that we can't even have a conversation.
That's irrelevant. He had
position that he was brutally murdered.
Yeah,
it doesn't have anything to do with his politics.
Or our discussion.
It had everything to do with his politics because people said that he was a fascist. Like, there's a sign behind you saying the fascist Trump regime. Who's out here calling people fascists in the street? Is it the right wing? Or is it the left wing that's out here labeling everybody that
Who's acting like a fascist?
The left wing, quite frankly.
Oh, okay. All right. I don't think we have anything more to discuss.
Okay, well,
I can't convince you. You're not going to convince me. The only thing else I have to say.
Why can't we have a conversation? I was having a great conversation with him, and then you decided that Charlie was a racist and you wanted to.
He's a racist by his own words. His own.
Yeah, they going crazy on Charlie Kirk. I don't even know why he's like even in the discussion as much as he is at this point. I mean, if you want to keep his name alive, like that makes sense on one side, but for the other side that doesn't care about him, why even communicate about him at all in a negative fashion when it really does nothing to benefit you or your cause, unless you're trying to do it for financial gains or something like that. But as we're going to see later on in the video, usually if you work a normal job and you don't have your own business or something that can be self-sustained, then it could possibly put you in a lot of trouble. But yeah, these people are ignorant. I haven't seen many people that are smart at this point. Only the one guy that we showed earlier after the Liberty lady was the only one that articulated themselves in a smart fashion, honestly. And so as we continue to go on, let's check out some more of these interviews. It is completely crazy how these people are not prepared for something that they prepared for. No, we'll skip that one. Let's check out this old lady. Just because you're old sometimes doesn't mean that you are smart or that you have wisdom or intellect.
Entire life thinking about it. My first name is Victoria. I live in Havertown, Pennsylvania. I'm out here today protesting because I'm an American historian. I've been teaching American history for 40 years. I've spent my entire life thinking about America, and I'm watching it go down, and I am terrified. Also, I have 3 grandchildren, and I'm out here for them. As a professor of American history, I taught immigration history, I taught women's history, I taught African-American history, not to mention just mainstream modern history. And I know that in every single one of those areas, this government is trying to wipe out all of the research, all of the knowledge that we have gained in the last 40 years so that we know more about immigrants and women and African-Americans. And they're just trying to wipe it out, erase it. Too much work has been done, and it's too important for our democracy. So that's why I'm here.
Yeah, I get that. Whether it's true or not is less of the issue, right? But I'll just say this, like, there's been a lot of people on the Democratic side, the liberal side, the progressive side that has tried to take down statues and different things like that. And it could be for the reason of what they represent. However, it's still a form of taking history away from what was there. If something's put up 200 years ago and it represents history, and then you begin to take it down or try to erase it or eradicate it, you're doing the same thing that you're protesting against. It's just as long as it's on your side, it's okay. So when she talks about all of the things that she's done, it's like, where have you began to get some wisdom with your talking points that makes sense? Because you're just putting out talking points like you read it out of a textbook and you don't even think for yourself. So, at your age, I expect a lot more out of you, and I would want to begin to be able to learn from you, but you failed to teach me anything at this point, and you actually are showing more or less what I shouldn't do or shouldn't try to become at the point that you are in your life, because I absolutely would not want to be sitting on a cold curb holding up a sign. And if you had 40 years, like, why didn't you make any of the change? Why didn't you put yourself in politics and integrate yourself within the political sphere with all of your knowledge to begin to try to implement change from within? So I just think it's a little bit pathetic how she's moving. But That's just my take on it. I could be wrong, and who am I to tell her what to do at her age? But as we see old people, we begin to see young people that are getting in on this train, and I think it really sucks because these people don't have an opportunity to think for themselves. One of the things that I do with kids or with my, my kids or kids that I deal with is I always give them choices. I never tell them what to do, but I give them the information that they need to be able to make an educated choice and decision. And usually most people are going to make the right decision if you just give them the information and you don't give it to them leaning one way or the other, and you just allow them to make the decision that they feel like is best. Because as humans, we're very smart creatures, right? And when we're not swayed into the wrong side, we are going to make the right decision almost all the time. So you can usually tell when a kid is being told what to do rather than they're just given the information and they're able to make the right decision that makes sense for them from a biological standpoint, from a common sense standpoint. And as long as they're not doing anything that's going to get them killed or anything, you absolutely should give kids choices. Not many choices, because most of the time they'll get overwhelmed with that. But to just force them into an ideology is usually not a good thing. And a lot of times it creates mental health issues and it backfires in the long run. But let's see what this girl has to say under the tutelage of her mother.
Being really mean. We are out here protesting the current fascist government and authoritarian ICE taking people off our streets. I am a public health nurse and we have been defunded. I have a husband who is currently on furlough, and we...
What do you mean?
So your husband's currently furloughed, but he ain't out there with y'all protesting? He ain't got no job. Where the hell is he? Maybe he's going to pop in at some point.
I don't believe with how the government is handling themselves. This is not how democracy works.
I'm a volunteer with Indivisible Baltimore. We are here today at Baltimore Running.
Your husband out there trying to figure out how he's going to keep y'all alive, and y'all out there putting yourself in danger for no reason.
Festival. We're supporting the Indivisible team, but we're also supporting democracy. Indivisible is a pro-democracy group. We are promoting democratic ideals.
Yeah, they're promoting democratic ideals. All right, let's look at a few more before we get into one of the main stories that I want to discuss. Actually, you know what? Let's jump into it right now. Let's talk about the main topic, and then we're going to get to the Trump reaction response, and only then we're going to look at a couple more sides to this, and then we'll wrap it up and we'll talk about how we think about things from our perspective. And as always, we are going to end on a positive note, and I do have that queued up. So absolutely at the end, we are going to go into the rest of the night very, very positively after all of this stupidity that we've seen on both sides of the aisle. But let's go to this woman right here. This is going to be one of the more controversial situations that happened within the No Kings protest. You've seen this on the thumbnail, and you'll see her gesture. This is, I guess, she is insinuating that, because, well, you know what? Let me actually I'm gonna give this view, because we actually had another view that came up last minute. Do I got it right here? It's one of these. Let me check it out. Yeah, we got it right here. So let me give the back view. So you'll see this sign right here where he's got the Charlie Kirk 1993 to 2025, and he's out there driving through there. For what reason, I don't know. I have no idea. And I always got to start here, right? Like, I always have to start with how something started, because I can't overlook that. You have to look at how things escalate and get to the point that they're at. So it starts with the protest to begin with, But they basically claim the streets as theirs for this moment in time. And they're saying we're going to be out here, and you know we're going to be out here. These people that are driving by are basically saying like, well, this isn't our protest, but because you're protesting, we're going to counter protest you, and we're going to come and antagonize you for whatever reason. So now they're driving by. Basically, again, like both of these sides are like gangs. I look at the woman that put the shot to her neck as a person that is a blood. She's like blood gang or GD. Then I look at these people right here that drive by, and they're like Crips or Vice Lords, and they're driving by through the blood gang neighborhood and antagonizing them, showing their flags, and they're like whatever, throwing up gang signs and all that. So I'm looking at both of these sides like complete fools and idiots, right? Because you got this person right here, she blood gang all day. Then you got this guy riding by, and he Crip gang all day. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what you're seeing. These are just the new gangs. These are the new gangs right here. They both gangs, they both radical, and they both represent their side. One of his people got killed, and now she over here mocking his gang's death, and now he's over here like, well, one of yours gonna die too. It's crazy. Like, look at these fools. Look at these idiots. So now, when she goes ahead and mocks him back, then they begin to get mad at her. And I'm gonna be a little careful with this because I don't necessarily. So that was the back view of this, and this was the one that went less viral. But then this clip right here, let me see if this is the right one. No, we're gonna go to that one next. So we'll go to this one. All right. This is what she did here. This is the full video. Let me just, I gotta turn that all the way down. So this is a better look at it. So you see these two gangs, and I'm calling both sides a gang now. I think that's how I'm looking at this now. A lot of people gonna be mad. A lot of people gonna be mad, but y'all sides is basically just the new Bloods and the Crips. So we're gonna call the conservative red side. We calling y'all. We'll go with y'all. We're gonna switch it though. We're gonna call y'all Crip gang over there, Crip gang, and then we're gonna call her side. We're gonna call her side Blood gang. So that's Blood gang. Y'all over here on land that neither one of y'all own. Chicago don't even own their own streets. So both of these people are from Chicago, right? You can see him here. Both of these people are from Chicago. He's from Chicago. She's from Chicago. And Chicago don't even own some of their own streets at all. It's owned by a whole different corporation. And I can pull that up for y'all if y'all need to. This guy right here. So we got these two gangs, and now they antagonizing each other. And here we go. So let's see what happened. How you in a gang and you're an elementary teacher, school teacher? It's crazy. And this guy right here can't be over the age of like, what is he, 21 max? He's 21 max, might even be younger than that. And he's out here on the block banging for his set. And this guy out here holding an iPhone with his middle finger out like he's tough. If this guy dropped his phone, where's he at? If this guy dropped his $1,500 phone on the pavement and it cracked, he'd be crying. He wouldn't even be able to think anymore. If he accidentally dropped his phone and it hit the pavement and shattered in 1,000 pieces, he wouldn't even be able to process what's going on. He would start to cry and try to figure out if he's got Apple Care or not. These people are pathetic, cowards, all of them. I don't like any of them. They're all out here for no reason, looking for a reaction. Then, look at this guy. Why are you out here, bruh? You know these people don't like you, but you're out here for what reason? To antagonize a school teacher from Blood Gang? And you a 21-year-old Crip holding a whole flag out? Got all your flags out? Looking like you a drunk driver? You got a Coors Light over your antenna on your truck? This is ridiculous, bro. And then whether they get pulled over by the cops? Well, let me get the audio. I can't play the audio. It's music. So then you got this woman right here. Now, as you can see, her website for her school actually got taken down because of this. Because the other side, well, they're not happy. If you begin to mock them after they start to mock you first, or however you want to look at it, whoever started it, then they want to go back and they want to get the law involved. Like the guy that got punched earlier in the MAGA hat, then went to go tell the police and the police laughed him off. What are you here for? Why are you at this protest knowing that these people don't like you and they want you dead? And knowing that if they died, you wouldn't care if they died. Like if you get involved in this stuff, you're just in a gang war at this point. Like you're going to end up getting clipped. One side, like they don't care about each other. This woman don't care about nobody on their side, and they don't care about her. And she Mexican too. Well, she on the Mexican flag. So I don't even know how that plays in the fact. Did they get pulled over? They ran into a barricade roadblock. They got the flag, the old pickup truck. These are gangs, bruh. I just thought about it now. These are actual gangs, bro. All these people are a gang, and these people in the truck are a gang, bruh. They doing everything that gang activity promotes. Holding up flag signs, going through their opposing enemy's territory, mocking them, being jerks, and then the other side reacts to them, and then they get mad, and then it's completely insane. So now you'll see this. This is, let's see if it's up now. Nah, their website's still under construction. They took down the whole elementary school website that she works at. As of right now, the school website ain't even online because they're getting so much backlash and calls, emails. It's probably people outside of the school trying to figure out. I know she ain't go to work today. So she ain't got to worry about whether her check gonna come or not because of the shutdown, because she can't even go to work. She can't go to work, Martinez. And, you know, you see it right here, how these two gangs are acting now. I did want to look at this because they had her school up here. This is the school that she works at. And we were looking at some of the, because obviously you don't want your school teacher to be acting like this, right? You absolutely don't want your school teacher to be acting like this. Being in a gang, talking about they're going to take somebody out, you know, putting guns to the brain, throwing up sets, all that type of stuff. It's completely crazy. But the one thing that she's not doing, because let's say she does want to do that, can you at least make sure that the test scores are up to par with the state requirements? They're not. 32%, and they're only trying to get up to 41% to get to the state average in English and math. And they're down like almost over 11% on both. Now, if you continue to go through, you'll see that she did have up a Mexican flag. So, you know, I don't know what's going on with that. But
Mexican Americans don't like to just get into gang fights. They like flowers and music and white girls named Debbie too. Mexican Americans are named Chata and
yeah, Mexican Americans. So, you know, that's how she's choosing to represent the Mexican Americans out here. For whatever reason, got the flag up, holding it up. But I just got to understand why the bar is so low at the school. And the only thing that they are in the top percentage in, and this is based off of opinion, is they talk about strong leaders. That doesn't look like a leader to me. All things that have nothing to do with academics. All their academics are at the bottom. So the kids aren't reading well. They're not doing math well. They're not performing good on any of the standardized tests. However, in stupid things like engaged families, supported students, collaborative teachers, ambitious instruction, they're all above whatever it's supposed to be. These are all nonsense awards and accolades that don't mean anything. At the end of it all, this is what we're looking at. English, math, well below the standard. So, you know, while you're out gangbanging against the other side, everybody out gangbanging, this guy right here, these are all gangbangers, gangbanger right here, on blocks they don't own, fighting with each other, throwing their flags up. Police are there. All we got is nothing. It's all nothing. The only people that have lost in any of this situation are the kids. All right, so I want to continue to go on because I want to look at one more video before we go into what Trump had to say. So let's actually cue that up. Let's cue that up. Let's check this last video out.
Blacks about. The white liberal. Yeah.
This is a black Trump supporter talking to white guys and black guys.
You got to do your research.
But he did say, and can you tell me what the results were?
In his first administration or this administration?
When in 2016, when the tax bill was passed, the tax break, they gave all the, gave all that money to the very rich people and took money away from people at the bottom.
It didn't do that, sir. Sir, it did not give money. How can a tax break give money to very rich people?
Okay, so.
I think you're a young Republican talking about you.
What's that?
You're a Republican talking about you.
Anyway, I'm going to ask.
What? A young Republican calling you a watermelon man.
So this guy right here actually said something that he didn't want to acknowledge as a black Republican. And I thought this was very interesting. So I actually want to go and show the evidence that this old guy was talking about. But let's listen to him very carefully when he brings this up. And this guy doesn't even begin to acknowledge what this old man is talking about. And I think it's very, very dodgy, I guess would be a word. But for him to not address and act like he don't know what he's talking about is completely ridiculous.
What's that?
A Republican talking about you.
Anyway, I'm going to ask.
A young Republican calling you a watermelon man, niggas and stuff.
A young Republican said what?
Didn't you say that?
Didn't you hear all the young Republicans were using all the racist terms?
No. Where?
Okay.
Show me.
It was just reported.
Show me.
Okay.
You can't show you that. Look for yourself.
Look, you don't want to talk no more.
Republican said what?
So, like I said,
watermelon.
Yeah.
Sir,
my question again.
Are you a Democrat?
Did you know
the Democrat Party is the party of slavery, Jim Crow, and KKK. That's all right. That's all right with you. That's okay with you.
You didn't hear what the young Republican said. Did you hear that?
No.
Look at him dodge the question.
I did.
Where? Is it on YouTube?
Numerous.
YouTube?
It was network news.
When?
Yesterday, the day before.
I'll look it up. I didn't hear that. I'll look it up.
You didn't hear that, bro?
It was horrible.
I heard it.
I will look it up.
And as J.D. Vance was saying,
I will look it up, sir.
You don't know your own vice president. You got the whole Trump gear on. You didn't hear your vice president talk about this and downplay it? You know what? I got it for you right here, bro. I'm going to show you. Since you don't want to act like you know what's going on, I'm going to show you exactly what they said. I got it queued up right here. Well, Politico put this out. These are the young Republicans that they're talking about. And J.D. Vance is actually going to substantiate it by saying that it's all real. So I guess I'll read it off. I love Hitler, these young GOP leaders said, along with some of their elders. Everyone that votes no is going to the gas chamber. When do we bring that side out? We are officially under consideration for a Trump endorsement. I'm ready to watch people burn now. Great. I love you giving nationalists as much credit and expecting a small hat, to be honest. Are we going to do whatever it takes? If we ever had a leak of this chat, we would be cooked for real. I go to the zoo to watch the monkey play ball. You didn't see this? J.D. Vance, he addressed it. Let's watch this video.
New fallout after the leak of racist text messages linked to members of young Republican groups across the country. The website Politico says it obtained 7 months' worth of messages from a group chat in which racist and anti-Semitic slurs were used more than 250 times.
It's awful, it's revolting, it's disgusting, it's obnoxious.
Politico says Peter Junta, who was the chair of the New York State Young Republicans, allegedly wrote in a text message, "Everyone that votes no is going to the gas chamber." In another exchange, Junta reportedly responded, "Great, I love Hitler," during a discussion about backing a right-wing candidate. Some Republicans have denounced the language, while Vice President J.D. Vance dismissed the messages as edgy, offensive jokes.
We're not canceling kids because they do something stupid in a group chat.
But reports say at least 8 of the 11 participants in the group chat are between 24 and 34 years old and include a state senator from Vermont and a federal official. Some participants apologizing, while others, including Junta, claim the messages were taken out of context or doctored. California Governor Gavin Newsom is demanding a congressional investigation. Vice President J.D. Vance says some Democrats have said worse and says there should not be a rush to judgment.
By the way, if they were left-wing kids telling stupid left-wing jokes, I would also not want their lives to be ruined because they're saying something stupid in a private group chat.
You don't know what they're talking about, bruh? Come on, man. Come on, dog. The old man told you straight up, bruh. They just got done talking about you.
For yourself.
So anyway, young Republican said what?
So, like I said,
watermelon.
Yeah.
My question again.
Are you a Democrat?
He got him shook. And you know when somebody can't just answer your question and they got to begin to ask you a question instead to try to deflect? Nah, respond to what he said. You seen the Politico? You seen what Vance said? He said it was just jokes and all that. And he downplayed it. But nah, they was talking about you. They called you Watermelon Man, bro. They called you Watermelon Man.
So anyway, young Republican said what?
So, like I said,
watermelon.
Yeah.
Sir.
Hey, the old man base, bro. He came with facts. The old man and the one dude was the only ones that held their own today. Everyone else got their ass cooked, bro. Like, y'all got to be more ready to be able to respond to stuff like this, or keep your stupid self out the streets. Stay inside and watch some Netflix or something. Don't be out in the streets and you can't even speak or understand what's going on in a protest that you're participating in. All right, lastly, I told y'all we were going to get to this, so we have to get to what's going on with. Okay, yeah, we got to get to the part where Trump responded to all these people. So his first response was actually this, where he talked about he's not a king. So we'll check this one out first.
Several No Kings protests planned across the country on Saturday as well. What are your thoughts on
this?
This
is before it.
No Kings? No Kings.
I don't feel like a king. I have to go through hell to get stuff approved. A king would say, I'm not going to get this. A king would have never had the California mandate to even be talking to him. He wouldn't have to call up Mike Johnson and Thune and say, fellas, you got to pull this off, and after years, we get it done. No, we're not a king. We're not a king at all.
So Trump says this, right? And here is the craziest part. This is going to wrap everything up in a nice, neat little bow, all right? Trump had this to say to begin with, and then subsequently, therefore after, he himself on Truth Social, his personal application, so this is real from him, although it's AI, directly posted from his account, put this up in response to the protesters about how he feels about them. This is crazy. I can't play the music because it is copywritten music, but it's to whatever this song is. I'll let y'all hear it real quick. Yeah, Danger Zone. It was to Danger Zone. This is what he did to him. This is from his actual account. This is what Trump put up in response to the No Kings protesters. He got the King Trump right there. So he's mocking everybody he's saying, yeah, I'm King Trump. So he's going along with it. And from the bottom of his plane, got Trump right there with the crown on, not giving a damn And then he does this to the protesters at the No King rally. He puts this up, I believe either Sunday night or early this morning. And you can take that for what you want to take it as. Now, his party did have a response to this. This is all real from Trump. I mean, it's AI, but he posted it to his account. Okay. And some people like this. You can see the reaction here, right? Where some people like what he did. Marianne, whatever her name is, Marillion, she's definitely MAGA all day. She likes it. She's been watching this on loop over and over. And then this is what his people had to say. Is it Mike Johnston? Speaker Johnson had this to say in defense of Trump.
An effigy by a noose on one of these, the one on the far end. I mean, it's unconscionable.
Speaker Johnson, you say that the Democrats had a Hate America rally, but what does it say that the President of the United States over the weekend released a video of him pooping on the American people?
The President uses social media to make a point. You can argue he's probably the most effective person who's ever used social media for that. He is using satire to make a point. He is not calling for the murder of his political opponents, and that's what these people are doing. I mean, they're in one of these photos. I think there's a picture of the president hanging an effigy by a noose on one of these, the one on the far end. I mean, it's unconscionable.
Speaker Johnson, you say that the Democrats had a Hate America rally, but what does it say that the President of the United States over the weekend released a video of him pooping on the American people?
The President uses social media to make a point. You can argue he's probably the most effective person who's ever used social media for that. He is using satire to make a point. He is not calling for the murder of his political opponents, and that's what these people are doing. I mean, they're in one of these photos. I think there's a picture of the president.
So yeah, and you know, give Trump credit. He didn't call for the murder of anyone, so that is fair. But my thing is this, right? My thing is this, like, does that not add fuel to the fire? Trump don't give a damn about these people whatsoever. So we'll end with this video because these people do not care about Trump either. And I want to end on this one.
So this is your birthday, so you came out on your birthday, you thought it was important. Tell me why.
Absolutely, because I have two little boys who deserve a bright future of freedom and democracy. And this is a nightmare that I'm living in, and I'm here to make a difference and to be loud and proud. And there's no other way I'd want to celebrate my birthday than with my parents and my best friend fighting for our country.
So for a birthday present, what do you hope happens? You know, you wake up tomorrow morning.
I hope that I see the obituary that we're all waiting for tomorrow. That's what I hope for.
You wishing that President Trump is dead?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And you see how she went over there and looked? Like, this is one of the things with women. Like, you got to be very careful.
Absolutely.
Look at this. You see how she goes over there and looks for confirmation from the people that she's with, and the other ladies over there laughing. I care less about what she said and all of that because I don't think Trump cares. He knows that probably half of the country wants to see his untimely demise, and I don't think he necessarily cares if the other half probably meets their demise at any point. I think it's pretty disgusting on both sides, the way that we treat each other. But my thing about this is more along the lines of, you know, what are we doing with these people right here where they begin, like, this woman cannot harm Trump at 78. Trump would, like, and she's not in shape enough to fight or do anything herself. So what she would actually do is begin to have other people try to do her bidding for her. And I think it's disgusting. You know, as a general, you should be able to do anything that your soldier would do, or, you know, at minimum have already done it. And it's kind of weird because you'll see people that look like they're unassuming, and a lot of times you'll say like these people are innocent, but she may not be able to, go to war, but I think a lot of it starts with the tongue, and a lot of it starts with the pen. And that's where you see that, Trump has a lot of power, but then also these people can begin to get other people to do their bidding for him, usually the younger generation. And when you have people like this that are teaching your kids, well, she knows that she's not capable of doing anything to hurt anybody for the most part. I mean, not directly. Indirectly, yes, she can cause a lot of chaos and pain. But, I think it's bad because, like, you have these people that are so insane and so sick that they're raising up a group of people that can't even begin to think for themselves. And now you just have gang violence among America with people that look like this. These people are just in gangs. That's it. They're the new Bloods and the new Crips. And I think it's pretty bad. And I am going to leave it at that. Wow. And I'm leaving the screen like this on purpose to be a little more Halloween theme. I mean, we could go with the regular color here, but I think it's a little bit more fun keeping it like this because we're going with the Halloween theme. Now, we always have to end on a positive note. We've seen a lot of crazy things, a lot of people wishing, death and all that, and I think it's disgusting. But there are good people out here, even though we haven't seen any in this video, right? All the people that we've shown at this point have been bad. Even the reporters are like not good, which it shouldn't even be that way. I thought as a reporter, you're supposed to be unbiased. Like as an interviewer, you're not supposed to come in and begin to attack people and be angry. You got to show some level of discourse as an interviewer. You're coming in there like completely one-sided, and that's not what reporting's supposed to be. That's why we have to look at all different news sources to even begin to get to the truth, because news sources are no longer what they're supposed to be. They're supposed to give the truth. That's why when I use the word news within the show that I do, I have to show both sides. People might say, well, why don't you stand with the Republicans 100%? Why don't you stand with the Democrats 100%? Why don't you stand with this cause and this cause? Because I'm not with your cause. It's news in here. Like the definition of it is free press. All right, let's go ahead and look at this story though, because this is a very good story and it's a good way to end off the day. And as Halloween approaches and Thanksgiving approaches, I think it is a very good story to look at, a way that we can come together. We got this young kid right here with this mother, and he accidentally sent a text to her number, and somehow they ended up having Thanksgiving dinner together. That's crazy. So everybody out there, don't be afraid to maybe just text a random number. Maybe you might end up creating a new friend and having new people that you can call family in this divisive world that we live in.
When 17-year-old high school senior Jamal Hinton got a text telling him Thanksgiving dinner was at 3 this year.
Wow, it's either the wrong number or my grandma learned how to use her phone.
So Jamal asked for a picture and got a selfie of Wanda Dench, somebody's grandma, just not his.
He texted me back with his picture and said, "You ain't my grandma, but can I still have a plate?"
That's where you might expect the story to end. But like a true grandma,
I said, "Sure you can." I said, that's what grandmas do.
The two met last night, and Jamal's whole family is now going to Wanda's for Thanksgiving.
I've got to figure out how big a turkey I need for 20 people.
Their text touched a nerve.
I'm at 392,000 likes, 186,000 retweets, and 1.7 million views.
We've noticed that people are seeking these feel-good, uplifting, heartwarming, humanizing stories.
How much do people rally around stories like this?
Oh, you see like tons and tons.
Yes. So
earlier this year, a couple mistakenly sent a group text to strangers about their new baby boy. The recipients they had never met brought gifts to the hospital. And who could forget Sad Pawpaw, who hosted a barbecue for hundreds after his grandkids didn't show up for homemade burgers. For new friends Jamal and Wanda this year, there is a lot to be thankful for.
Feel like everybody sees this.
Hey, that was funny. You not my grandma, 'cause I still get a plate though. I rock with bro. That is funny. He got the emojis. You know, you're definitely seeing like both sides of the generations kind of coming together. I think this is just incredible, like honestly.
A lot to be thankful for.
Feel like everybody sees this joy that two strangers can actually connect.
Leaving the rest of us thankful for the smile. Kristen Dahlgren.
And I just want to hold this picture up right here and, you know, just look at this young man. And this is actually a much older story. This came out a long time ago. I actually seen this when it first came out, and then also seeing it now again was something I wanted to highlight as we go into the month of November. And tomorrow, we're going to be talking about November specifically. Tomorrow's going to be really fun. But to stick on topic, you know, I just think that when we see everything that we've seen today within the show, but then getting to see these two come together and be able to celebrate amongst food, amongst Thanksgiving, and complete strangers, right? And neither one of them knows what their ideologies are. When the text was first sent out, they didn't know if they were white or black. None of that. They weren't committing gang violence on one another. They just came together and understood that some things are more important than your senseless radicalization that you want to push out to other people. And, you know, when I see this, it just really fills my heart with joy. And I think that is great. So I wanted to absolutely end on this note. And hopefully this is good for someone to make better decisions in their lives and stop being out there trying to take each other out, because there is enough out here for all of us if we start to ration our expectations and begin to share with one another. Because you seen the dad made burgers for the whole damn community. Let me get him one more time. I want to highlight the dad one more time before we get out of here. He made burgers for the whole community, the dad. Look at him. He's right there.
And who could forget
Look at him. He's got the hat on. Big smile. Everybody can come eat.
Pawpaw, who hosted a barbecue for hundreds after his great
Barbecue for hundreds. Everybody's there.
and kids didn't show up for homemade burgers.
Pawpaw. Incredible, man. And then we see him, man, I can't even get into it. We can't go back into the past. We're moving forward. And we're looking at this as our motivation to do something that's good for someone else and continue to make the world a better place than if we were not in it. So with that, we are going to close out this show. How long did we get? Damn, 2 hours and 12 minutes? Crazy. Man, I appreciate y'all. I absolutely do. I know it's a grind. I know that we have to continue to build ourselves up. We got to continue to build our family, and nothing's going to happen overnight. The success takes a long time, but when we start to get there, it's going to be a snowball effect, and we're going to grow so large, it's going to be completely unimaginable how we got from here to where we're going to get to in the future. And I will see y'all tomorrow, because we don't miss no matter what. Whether it's lunch and news, whether it's dinner and news, or whether it's breakfast or news, DotSale will make sure he takes care of y'all. I appreciate y'all. Have a great night. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Yeah. Yeah. We got another one in the books. We are officially in another week. I gotta go. Got some more stuff I gotta do. Man. If y'all could only be in my mind just for like a couple of minutes. If you could just live in my mind, it's fun in there. There's a lot of space. It's not cramped, and not in a bad way. All right. Peace, y'all. I hope y'all like the food, too. I hope y'all like dinner.